Welcome. We are coming to you from World Engineering Day 24 hours live. We're following the sun across all the global time zones on this World Engineering Day for Sustainable Development, from New Zealand to Costa Rica and everything in between. We will be live streaming all the amazing activities and events to celebrate the important work engineers are doing around the globe. Coming to you directly from Epicenter Studios, follow along for free on the World Engineering Day homepage. Now, for the next 3 hours, we will hear from engineers and institutions from across India and Singapore, with your host, Kartik Mohandas.
Engineering enables the development of societies and economies throughout human history and acts as an inexhaustible driving force for the progress of civilization. Engineering wonders are significant symbols of human history. The Industrial Revolution transformed our world from an agricultural economy into an industrial one. Every major breakthrough in engineering has significantly elevated productivity and profoundly improved human lives. Engineering facilitates fast travel and communication between hither to distant places. Therefore, we are all part of the global village. The World Federation of Engineering Organizations, or WFEO, was established in 1968 under the support and initiative of UNESCO. It brings together more than 30 million engineers from over 100 nations. For 50 years, WFEO has relentlessly promoted international engineering cooperation, a key force for the progress of the modern world. Nowadays, engineering innovations are developing rapidly. However, we're still facing global challenges such as energy shortage, environmental pollution, natural disaster, climate change, hunger and poverty, resources exhausting and diminishing of biodiversity. It is the mission responsibility of engineers around the world to address those challenges. Technological innovations are driving new industrial revolution. The progress and innovation of engineering will become an important means of progressing society and modern life. There will be a series of major innovations in such fields as energy, environment, materials, biology, agriculture, information and communication, manufacturing, construction, space utilization, and marine resources, transportation, social services. It lies in the hands of engineers to develop appropriate technologies and resources to promote the quality of the human lives and achieve a shared, sustainable future. The World Federation of Engineering Organizations will continue its leadership and influence in the field of international engineering and make unrelenting efforts to build a better, sustainable world for us all.
Engineering, shaping sustainable future, a shared future of humankind.
科大讯飞作为亚太地区最大的语音技术及人工智能上市公司，是中国语音产业唯一的国家规划布局内重点软件企业。成立至今，先后2次荣获国家科技进步奖、智能语音识别、语种识别技术名列世界前茅。2015年12月21日，科大讯飞在年度发布会上推出了全球首款会议字音同步直播产品讯飞听见。讯飞听见智能会议系统可以将语音实时转写成文字，同时实现中英文互译，中文转写准确率可达95%以上，英文转写准确率可达90%以上。同时采用独立部署的专业服务器，可实现音视频文件离线转写，更有中英多语种操作版面，支持英文识别、中英文实时互译等多语种识别翻译功能。为满足媒体行业用户的差异化需求，讯飞听见还推出了听见智能文稿唱词系统，它集音视频转唱词、音视频转文稿、文本翻译功能于一体，支持实时、离线转写2种方式，通过文本和画面智能同步，轻松完成字幕制作。在录音整理过程中，通过智能角色分离、音频文稿联动编辑的功能，快速编辑音频素材，帮助媒体工作者提高工作效率。针对个人用户，讯飞听见推出了专业的语音及文字综合服务平台讯飞听见网站与听见 APP， 通过机器快转与人机精转2种方式，提供音频转文字及翻译服务，可以直接上传已有录音，快速收到文本结果。如果您是企业用户或开发者，讯飞听见还提供录音文件识别、实时语音识别、翻译等多种能力授权，通过接口的方式输出中文、英文等多语种的转写、翻译等服务。成立至今，讯飞听见致力解决智能语音技术在政府办公、企业音频价值挖掘、媒体节目制作、日常录音整理等多方面实际应用问题。讯飞听见将继续秉承讯飞精神，立足全局，纵深发展，带您开启智能高效知识管理的新时代。
Namaskar, ladies and gentlemen. मेरा नाम है Karthik Mohandas. That's right. Welcome to World Engineering Day 24 Hours Live, and I'm your host for the evening, or at least for the next 6 hours. My name is Karthik Mohandas, and I'm coming to you live from the World Engineering Day 24-hour live studio here in Sydney, where we'll be following different time zones from across the globe. We go from the east all the way to the west to cover and circumnavigate the entire globe, something that engineers can do very well. That's right. So we are celebrating World Engineers Day today, which is March 4th. And of course, there's a special focus on sustainable development. So for the next 6 hours, we bring our focus to 2 special countries, that's India and Ghana, with some wonderful insights and live events that are taking place out there, where engineers are celebrating today as World Engineering Day. Of course, for those of you who'd like to log in and participate in the action, or at least catch some of it, you can always do that by going to worldengineeringday.net. We'll also be very thrilled to showcase the finalists of the Global Hackathon that is taking place through the coming hours. Each submission that's come through is of extremely high quality, with over 400 participants who came through in the first hackathon that occurred. And of course, just to remind everyone, we'll be announcing the winners live as the hours progress, so stay tuned to find out who some of those special winners are. And of course, there are people behind me and this entire production as well. So I'd like to thank Tanil and Melanie, who are out here in the studio commanding and steering this juggernaut that's going from west to east and circumnavigating the globe today on World Engineering Day. That's right. So now, of course, it's time to put the special focus on the 2 countries that I spoke about earlier, India and Ghana. And we'll start with India first, and we'll switch over to our Indian Live Hub now. And our partners out there, which is the IITB, also known as the Indian Institute of Technology in Mumbai or Bombay. They're going to be telling us how to inspire the future.
We're taking you on a tour of India's Peru Institute, Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay. With me, I have newbie Lakshita. This is a huge campus spread over 550 acres. Since its inception, the institute has physically expanded to accommodate more than 584 major buildings with a combined area of more than 2.2 square kilometers. It currently has a total of 15 academic departments and 34 centers offering degree programs and academic facilities. A full residential institute. All its 12,000 students are accommodated in 17 hostels with in-house dining. Good morning, world. The faculty at IIT Bombay is one of the finest on a tour of India's Peru Institute, Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, on World Engineering Day. With me, I have newbie Lakshita. So how does it feel to enter the hallowed portals of India's Peru Institute?
I'm very excited and looking forward to go around this campus with you.
Good morning, world. This is Abhinav Damor, and I'll be taking you on a tour of India's Peru Institute, Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay. With me, I have newbie Lakshita. This is a huge campus spread over 550 acres. Since its inception, the institute has physically expanded to accommodate more than 584 major buildings with a combined area of more than 2.2 square kilometers. It currently has a total of 15 academic departments and 34 centers offering degree programs and academic facilities. A full residential institute. All its 12,000 students are accommodated in 17 hostels with in-house dining. The faculty at IIT Bombay is one of the finest among the Indian institutes. IIT Bombay has created an ambience in which new ideas, research and scholarship flourish and from the leaders and innovators of tomorrow emerge. The institute offers innumerable extracurricular activities.
I'm so sorry I'm late.
Yeah, I'm so excited about the World Engineering Day. Good morning, world. This is Abhinav Damor, and I'll be taking you on a tour of India's Peru Institute, Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, on World Engineering Day. With me, I have newbie Lakshita. So how does it feel to enter the hallowed portals of India's Peru Institute?
I'm very excited and looking forward to go around this campus with you.
For all those who are watching, let me bring you up to speed. IIT Bombay is proud to represent India for this 24-hour event on occasion of World Engineering Day, broadcast live from Sydney. So are you excited to go around campus today?
Of course.
this is where it all started. The foundation stone for this internationally recognized institute was laid by the first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, on March 10, 1959. In 1961, the Parliament decreed the IITs as institutes of national importance. Since then, IIT Bombay has grown from strength to strength to emerge as one of the top technical universities in the world. Let's hear what the director, Professor Subhashish Chaudhary, has to say.
I'm really happy that IIT Bombay is a part of the World Engineering Day celebrations. This is an excellent opportunity for engineers across the world to come together for a cause. Today, IIT Bombay is recognized worldwide as a leader in the field of engineering, education, and research. The institute attracts the best students from across the country for its undergraduate, master's, and doctoral programs, and is reputed worldwide for the outstanding caliber of students graduating from its undergraduate and postgraduate programs. IIT Bombay students are some of the most sought after engineers, analysts, and researchers. Top companies from across the globe compete to hire our students. The alumni have distinguished themselves through their achievements and contributions to industry, academics, research, business, government, and in social domains. The Institute continues to work closely with alumni and industry to enhance its activities through interactions in academic and research programs to make a lasting social impact. In 60 years, IIT Bombay has constantly evolved. IIT Bombay is dynamic, flexible, and open to the expanding knowledge and changing socio-economic requirements of the modern society and the industry. I welcome you all to explore how IIT Bombay can join hands with you for the benefit of our society.
I love this campus. I feel like I'm in some other green city.
IIT Bombay is located in Powai, one of the northern suburbs of Mumbai. Thus, it is in the busy financial capital of India, surrounded by natural beauty. This is a huge campus spread over 550 acres.
Wow.
Since its inception, the institute has physically expanded to accommodate more than 584 major buildings with a combined area of more than 2.2 square kilometers. It currently has a total of 15 academic departments and 34 centers offering degree program and academic facilities. It has 3 schools including management, design, and entrepreneurship, and 6 interdisciplinary programs. It offers courses leading to degrees such as Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, Interdisciplinary Dual Degree Program, Masters of Technology, and a few others. It also offers doctoral degrees in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. A full residential institute. All its 12,000 students are accommodated in 17 hostels with in-house dining. The campus also provides excellent amenities for sports and other recreational facilities. Did you know that IIT Bombay has secured the first rank in India and the 42nd rank this year in the QS Asia University Rankings 2022? Also, IIT Bombay is in the range of 101 to 110 in the QS Graduate Employability Rankings 2022. And that's not all. In the National Institutional Ranking Framework, IIT Bombay has secured 3rd position in overall category, engineering category, and 10th position in the management category. It also stood 3rd in the new research category. IIT Bombay has secured 2nd position in the Atal Rankings of Institutions on Innovation Achievements, ARIIA 2021, under the CFTI's category, Institute of National Importance, Technical, for the 3rd consecutive year.
So, what about the faculty?
IIT Bombay would not have come so far without the contribution of its faculty. The faculty at IIT Bombay is one of the finest among the Indian institutes. Most members of the faculty are achievers in their own right and excellent teachers and mentors reputed for their research contributions nationally and internationally. Over the last few years, IIT Bombay's faculty members have been presented with several prestigious awards, including the Padma Shri, the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award, the Swarna Jayanti Fellowship. IIT Bombay also builds links with peer universities and institutes, both at the national and the international levels, to enhance research and enrich its education program. Hello Aditya and Dhananjay.
Hello.
These are our students. Feel free to ask them anything.
Hi Aditya, hi Dhananjay, how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm great. Yeah.
So, what do you think about the professors over here?
One thing I like most about IIT Bombay professors are they are research scholars themselves and are deeply involved in their own subject of interest.
Yeah, and they also inculcate within us a love for our subjects. It is this attitude of our professor that really makes them special.
Oh, amazing professors I see. Chalo.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, hi. Let me introduce you to Ekdil Singh,
Hi Iknoor.
Hi.
and maybe you could tell us about how you spend your day on campus.
Well, I do start off my day at 8 in the morning and run down to the mess for breakfast. Breakfast charges me up and then I quickly get ready and walk down to the lecture halls to attend my lectures in the morning. Most of these lectures happen only during the morning hours, and I personally like it that way because it gives me time to pursue other activities down the day. After the lecture hours, it's time for lunch. And lunchtime is a great time to bond with my friends, catch up upon the activities going on around the institute, and we end up having a lot of fun. Lunch is followed by laboratories where I get to apply the learnings from my courses, and we usually get to interact with the professor, the lab in charge, and a lot of learning is done practically. After labs, I get some time to pursue my interests. I spend some time brainstorming ideas for my next YouTube content. Some internship work, pursuing some projects, or perhaps hanging out with friends. At this time, I usually run down to the laundry, often just in time to get my clothes back on the same day. Evening time is exercise time, something which keeps me charged and motivated throughout the day. I go to the gym as frequently as I can, or perhaps go for a run. Often I also spend some time playing badminton or basketball with my friends. By this time, the sun goes down and I head back to the hostel. Looking forward to the next new day. A happy World Engineering Day to all.
The Institute's Technical Council caters to the needs for everything related to tech happenings. Student Tech is one of the pillars of IIT Bombay, motivating young minds to pursue innovative ideas. We believe in providing a platform for budding engineers to live their passion and during that journey grow into excellent engineers with immense technical knowledge and a practical approach to real-world problem solving. Let me take you to the car racing lab.
Firstly, greetings on the World Engineering Day. A feather in the cap of the Technical Council is the IIT Bombay Racing Team. We are an independent, self-sustained student organization of more than 80 undergraduate students from IIT Bombay. Our vision is to revolutionize electric mobility in India, focusing on sustainable future technologies and innovation.
IIT Bombay Racing has built India's fastest student-built race car year after year. In fact, our Evo 1 was the first Indian electric racing vehicle. Our subsequent cars have been the first Indian Formula student cars to have implemented an electronic differential, an in-house fabricated monocoque chassis, a battery management system, and 3D printed titanium uprights.
We have been pioneers in engineering high-performance electric race cars to compete at various Formula Student competitions like Formula Bharat and Formula Student UK, which is Europe's most prominent educational engineering competition. After all, it is attended by over 10,000 people and more than 110 colleges from all over the world, and gets coverage from UK's BBC network.
We've been crowned the overall champions at the FS UK 2021 concept class and have been awarded the best engineering design for the last 2 years. Our journey has been incredibly rewarding and we plan to keep racing up the ladder.
Hey, hope all of you are enjoying the first ever live broadcast of World Engineering Day celebrations. Hi, I am Ravi Gupta and with me is Parvik Dave. We are part of Team AUV.
I've been in the team for almost 3 years now and the experience has been an absolute roller coaster ride. I've picked up a ton of skills during my time here, be it technical skills in the field of robotics or working in a team of like-minded, passionate people. Personally, I think being part of the team has helped me become a true engineer by giving me exposure to solve real-world engineering problems and more importantly, become a better person and build lasting relationships with my teammates here.
The bond I have developed while brainstorming with like-minded people is the one that I'll cherish over the years to come. At the end, after endless days of debugging, when the vehicle finally comes to life, I simply can't put it into words. The most important thing that I've gained while being in the team, that learning from failures is perhaps more crucial than celebrating successes.
Namaskar, I am Uwe Sanwari, Project Manager of Team Shunya.
And I am Adira, I am Project Architect of Team Shunya. Shunya is led by a team of young passionate students from IIT Bombay who have joined hands together for a sustainable future with the help of innovation in the field of housing. We are the only team representing India in the prestigious competition Solar Decathlon, often referred to as the Olympics of Sustainable Architecture, which is organized by US Department of Energy. The team has bagged second prize for Project Daksh in the attached housing category.
In the Solar Decathlon at Versailles, France, in 2014, with Project H0, the team got honorable mention in sustainability. In the Solar Decathlon at Dezhou, China, in 2018, with Project Solarize, we got the Best Participation Award for completing the house in 12 days. To all of you out there, wishing you a happy World Engineering Day.
Where is the driver?
This is just the tip of the iceberg of the research and innovation that happens at IIT Bombay.
Oh.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Harshil. Happy Engineering Day. Happy Engineering Day. So I'm from Team UMIC and Team UMIC is a 50+ member multidisciplinary international team that participates in various competitions. And our main dream is to basically pursue the autonomy in various domains like air and grounds. So it consists of 2 sub-teams mainly. There is Team Aero, which was created to pursue the dream of aerial autonomy. And then there is Team Cedrica, which is working on self-driving cars for Indian road conditions. So talking about Team Aero participates in the longest and the oldest running aerial robotics competition, which is the IARC, hosted by AUVSI. And so we've participated in multiple iterations of that competition. So in the 2018 competition, we were presented with the Best Presentation Award. And after that, we participated again in the 2020 Simulation Challenge because of the pandemic. And despite of that, we were crowned the world champions in the competition. And so currently we are participating in the 2021 challenge, which involves long distance mobility and then autonomous manipulation of large objects using drones. So after that, there is Team Cedrica. So Team Cedrica stands for self-driving cars. And that team basically pursues the dream of ground autonomy. So we are basically trying to create a self-driving car based Indian road conditions. So the team actually started participating in the IGVC challenge, which is the International Ground Vehicles Challenge. So in the 2017 edition, we stood fourth all over. And in the 2018 edition, we were the world champions for the competition. And currently, after that, we were given this car as... So we decided to step up our game and improve those algorithms by implementing them on the car, on a real car itself. So we are currently working towards creating this car, so that creating the autonomous stack for this car so that this car can run on Indian road conditions. Other than that, we've also participated in the ASME Student Design Challenge, which is hosted by the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. So it is a mechatronics student design challenge where our freshman team participates and members from both the sub-teams are involved in the competition. And we've also achieved some great results in that competition as well. So in the 2017 edition, we were placed first worldwide. And then in the 2019 iteration, we came first in the Asia Pacific region. And recently in the 2021 edition, we were crowned 4th worldwide, so out of all the finalists. So it basically pursues the dream of autonomy in the aerial and the ground domains, and under the sheds you can find a lot of students working tirelessly towards this dream. So for our efforts, we were given this car and sponsored by Mahindra so that we could test our algorithms on real road conditions, and that is what we are doing right now.
Hello, my name is Nitish Agrawal, a third-year undergraduate student, and I am the Institute Secretary of Tinkerers Laboratory. Tinkerers Laboratory is a 24/7 technical facility under the Institute Technical Council and is open to all IITB students to encourage them to go beyond their curriculum and explore technology as a hobby, as fun, and start tinkering, building, and innovating to convert creative ideas into actual engineering products. So far, 5 startups have emerged from the lab in the past 7 years of its establishment. I want to share my personal experience of the laboratory and why many other students like me join this lab. This lab is wholly managed and run by students, and the main motto of the lab is learning through tinkering. It's a dream place for all the tech enthusiast students, as it has all the kind of machineries required for rapid prototyping and manufacturing things. The Hobby Club of Institute Technical Council span diverse technical domains ranging from aeromodeling, chemistry, math and physics, electronics and robotics, web and coding, and astronomy. This makes sure that students can pursue any interest of their choice by being part of this club. Students of IIT Bombay also compete in various international competitions through different technical teams like Hyperloop team, Rocket team, Satellite team, and many more. So all you engineers out there, I hope you are enjoying the live broadcast of World Engineering Day.
Wishing all the viewers a happy World Engineering Day. And now back to the studio in Sydney.
Rather than ask students to write a 10,000 word thesis, which they'll probably never have to do again until perhaps they do their PhD, we decided to break it up into authentic assessments. So, for instance, they have to design, they have to think about their research question, they have to go away and do a literature search to back up their research question, and they then have to write that up in a format that justifies the project that they're doing. What that means is that students have practice in what they may very well be doing in the future once they're employed, but it also gives them a draft paper, which then we encourage students to publish in a peer-reviewed journal. So it gives them not only something for their CV, but it also gives them real-world, authentic experience of the sort of tasks that they might want to do.
We are doing this portfolio-based education now for 3 years in this system. what we call my brand. And we hope that at the end, at the time of the final presentation, students can show in a written form, or in the case of artists, with their masterpieces, what they achieved, what kind of professional results they already earned during their study.
Student outcomes are supposed to be the same qualifications that he will need for entry into the profession. So employability. And I think that was the major impetus that led us towards integrating a lot of digital things into our curriculum. One of the desired outcomes is for our graduates to be able to use the modern tools of engineering, of computing, of architecture before they leave the portals of our university.
Welcome back. That was a message from one of our sponsors, Coursera. And of course, we saw the video from IIT Bombay all the way in India from the sprawling campus in Powai. And we come back here, of course, now to check out what's happening on social media and the activities there. I have here the communications and the production director, Tanil, who will take us through all that's happening on SM.
What a title. Thank you for that. I love a cheeky plug. We're officially 6 hours in. Wow, I can't believe that. And welcome to you for finally joining us. For
Thank you.
I just
Pleasure.
wanted to say thank you for coming. I'm going to get stuck into some social media. Let's share my screen and see what's happening around the world and across the world. I can't believe how much movement we're seeing online at the moment. It's just insane.
Wow.
Everyone's hashtagging World Engineering Day. I must admit, though, I have seen people do some shout outs to Mel, and they've done some shout outs to Marlene, but no one's done a shout out to me yet on social media. So please, I don't know, a selfie or something saying hi to Neil, and I promise I'll show it if you actually tag me in your post. How fun. We've got some really fun things here just to share as we go through. I love this. This is actually a 5-part series that's coming out over today. This is the very first one, 5 fun facts about engineering. Apparently, the US leads the world in engineering research and development at 27%. So I'm edging on the edge of my seat to see how that progresses over the day. But some fun facts coming out for World Engineering Day. I love this one. This is for all of the children at heart. This is what World Engineering Day might be celebrated like in Minecraft. So that's really fun and really interesting. I'm not a big fan, but you know, who is at my age? Some game changer stuff here. So checking out some prototypes for some prepaid meters under development by the NWSC staff. Just celebrating World Engineering Day at their office. So thank you so much. Let's see if we've got any other things here. Oh, I love it when they put a cute photo of their kids. Do you think that might actually be his daughter?
I don't know. I've got to look at the face of the gentleman so that I can match, the
Yeah,
daughter's
for sure.
face as well.
I can't read the post, but I love a photo with some celebratory stuff in there. But thank you for actually posting that. That's a really sweet photo. So we're here monitoring the social wall. So please make sure that you hashtag World Engineering Day, and you might actually appear on our board.
Thank you so much, Tanil. That's
Thank you.
right. For all of you who's following us out there, do hashtag World Engineering Day, and you can come up on our social board as well. And of course, we'll switch gears and move across to the World Engineering Day Hackathon, because that's what it's all about, the young engineers being built in the institutes today. So let's hear it from one of our partners, Engineers Without Borders.
Engineers Without Borders International represents a global community of engineers who believe that engineering can be doing so much more to address social and environmental injustice across the world today. Our movement has been contributing to communities in need for the last 20 years, with Engineers Without Borders organizations present in all global regions, across the Americas, Europe, Africa, the Middle East, Asia, and the Pacific. We've been working tirelessly to deliver safe, clean water, improve sanitation, better waste management, greener energy, and safer homes, neighbourhoods, hospitals, and schools. But we know our work is not yet done. Right now, as we face the climate crisis, planetary systems are breaking down and increasing numbers of people find themselves living in ever marginalised conditions. We need engineers from all around the world to step up and respond. You can step up. You can be a part of the Engineers Without Borders movement. Go to our website to find out how you, your company, your institution or your organisation can get involved and support this movement for change. The time is now. Can we count on your support?
And of course, now it's time to get into the thick of World Engineering Day Hackathon. That's right. We move on to the finalists and the participants who have given us their valuable inputs. So, before we do that, I'd like to thank everyone who's come on board, who's been following us, especially because, there's so many people who logged on that it almost broke the internet. That's right. Surprising. For people who built the internet, engineers, people around the world actually managed to break it as well. So please do follow us. And of course, worldengineeringday.net. That's the website. Now, time to get into the first participant or the finalist. This is Team 466 from Nankai University in China. Once again, our amazing finalists. The first one, Team 466.
Hi, I'm Jiale. Hi, my name is Fang Yu.
Hi, you can call me Wen.
Hi, I'm Zijie.
And we are Team 466.
And we are really honored to have been selected as a finalist in World Engineering Day Hackathon in 2022. And please enjoy our entry on Intelligent Water Quality Monitoring System.
Lake Victoria, the world's largest tropic lake at 26,560 square miles, which provides drinking water for about 30 million farmers, besets environmental problems of invasive water, hyacinth, and hippogras. Climate change is expected to exacerbate water quality degradation as a result of higher water temperatures and thus a reduced self-purifying capacity of freshwater bodies. Shared by Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, the transboundary character renders the water climate adaptation action to Lake Victoria more problematic. Working towards climate-resilient lake management, especially to improve delivery of accurate and timely water information, our team has developed an IoT-based 3-layered intelligent real-time water quality monitoring system. The first layer is data collection. The fundamental principle is that optical active constituents in water such as chlorophyll, colored dissolved organic matter, etc., will directly affect the spectral characteristics, while some light-intensive substances such as nitrogen and phosphorus can be estimated by combining optical signals with complex model algorithms. Drawing on the principle of analytical spectral devices, the instrument realizes the continuous fixed point real-time data collection. We can directly estimate data of chlorophyll A, total phosphorus, total nitrogen, dissolved organic carbon, and particulate organic carbon, which cannot be measured on site but in lab. The second layer is data transmission. On top of this, the narrowband Internet of Things technology is used to transmit the optical data to the cloud server in real time. Preparing for future processing, it enjoys the virtue of wide coverage, massive connection, low power consumption, and well supports the entire system's data transmission in low cost. The third layer is data application. Machine learning algorithms helps to fulfill the data intelligent calculation and modeling. It results in a cloud platform on the computer terminal, on which the real-time and historical data information are visualized, making it possible for decision makers to check on them remotely, locate monitoring points, and predict on the future data fluctuation. Commonly applied sensor-based water quality monitoring provides merely preliminary observational data. Satellite imagery approach requires sophisticated technical acquisition, processing, and algorithm application. To improve on, we apply 3 detectors to measure skylight, water surface, and total radiation respectively, so as to accurately obtain the water surface reflectance, radiance, and radiance in a specific spectral range in real time. The original spectral data are thus converted into the water quality nutrient parameters. With this approach, we can directly estimate data which cannot be measured on site but in lab. The first and foremost consideration to promote our project is the transboundary national management of the lake. The system allows data transmission in any country since it supports MBLOT and runs based on computer software. For other lakes, especially in less developed countries, we plan to use algorithms constructed by water body data of similar type. Naturally, the algorithm optimism becomes the main challenge in the future. Here is the estimated cost. Water-related ecosystems such as lakes are among the world's most biologically diverse environments and provide multiple benefits and services to society, making them essential for reaching Sustainable Development Goal 6, the water goal we attempt to advance, specifically the delivery of the target 6.6, which aims at protecting and restoring water-related ecosystems. We believe that to help build that wiser, engineering in post-COVID period highlights more than ever on a such broader interdisciplinary and complex problem-solving approach and the transnational collaborations.
Welcome back to the studio. That was Team 466 from Nankai University in China. And now we head across the globe and move on to the next team. That is Team GRAS, and they're from the University of British Columbia from their campus in Okanagan in Canada.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
I'm Angela.
Hi, I'm Farid.
And we are Team GRAS.
We are very honored to have been selected as a finalist in the World Engineering Day Hackathon in 2022.
Please enjoy our entry about the fog harvesting systems designed for Namibia.
Hi, my name is Johannes Thomas. I am from Omutsoronime village in northern Namibia. I'm going to talk about the water problems we face due to climate change. This is a pond. I know it doesn't look like it because of all the grass. Usually around this time of the year, the pond should be full of water. It barely has any water. We use the water from the pond for household purposes, and the livestock also drink water from it. So it's a source of life for the humans and the animals, but there's barely any water in it.
Namibia has heavily relied on water reusable projects. However, with the decreasing rate of rainfall and receiving less than 50% of the expected rainfall, this causes extreme pressures on the available water resource projects, which are unable to deliver the water necessities in Namibia. This results in the government declaring a national state of emergency frequently. The fog harvester consists of a silk mesh net that is faced towards the fog and the wind. The mesh net collects water droplets which will be displaced into a tube where it will go through filtering to separate the sand and dirt particles from the water.
The filter will be attached to the fog harvester and filter any water collected from it. Since the fog harvester will be used in the Namib Desert, any sand particles collected alongside the water will be filtered out and ensure that only potable water is produced. After the filter targets larger particles such as sand, a pH solution will then be added to the water to ensure that the water is safe for human use and consumption.
Locally sourced from Namibia, Kalahari wild silk has been researched to be a part of a family of hydrophilic glue-like proteins. This silk has a wide variety of uses in Namibia, thus making it the perfect material to use for mesh netting. Its hydrophilic abilities will allow water droplets to attach to the material and is efficient in water collecting.
Since the temperature in the desert is extremely high, the collected water could potentially evaporate. Therefore, storing water in the underground sand dunes would minimize the outcomes due to the low thermal conductivity of sand. Measurements such as adjusting the pH using non-corrosive pipes, filters, safe storage facilities, as well as disinfection, allow us to comply with the water standards given by the World Health Organization and the Namibian government. The fog harvester is a completely passive system, and compared to other atmospheric water collectors, the biggest advantage the fog harvester holds is it requires zero energy. Moreover, the fog harps do not interfere with the environment or the animals at the Namib Desert.
Our device aims to achieve Goal 6 of the Sustainable Development Goals. Specifically, we aim to achieve Goal 6.4 as this technology can substantially increase water use efficiency to address water scarcity. We hope that by introducing our technology to areas with similar struggles and conditions of Namibia, Goal 6.4 is able to be met by 2030. Here's a simple representative prototype of our fog harvester. We built the fog harvester in order for it to be easily assembled and disassembled due to previous fog harvesters failing as they had complex maintenance and the need for external supervision. If one part of our fog harvester was to break, we can easily replace that with another part, thus making it all brand new again. Anyone can build this fog harvester, so eliminates the need for minimum maintenance. In the next part of the video, I'll be showing you in 4 easy steps on how to build one. Step 1. Connect the water collector to the poles. Step 2. Place both the water collector and the poles in the ground, or in this case, the sand. Step 3. Slide in the net material into the poles. Step 4. Connect the tubing to the filter, which is attached to the water collector. While the fog harvester is at work, let's discuss the implementation of the device. Investing in fog harvesters that have 40 meter-square nets would create an additional water source for Namibia, with each net costing around $1,000 to $15,000, and they can last up to 10 years. After a few hours, our fog harvester accumulated around half a cup of water, and now the additional step is to drink it.
The fog harvester has the immense potential to increase access to water in Namibia and reduce water emergency-related issues.
Namibia has struggled with food security due to the country being water stressed, and by providing an alternative water resource, this could also help stabilize food security and livestock.
With the stabilization of the agriculture, there is the potential for the creation of additional jobs, creating a boost in Namibian economy.
We hope that the fog harvester will help the people of Namibia and alleviate the water issues they face.
And that was Team Grass from the University of British Columbia. And now it's time to go east. That's right. We move back to India, and now it's time for another very unique team. They're called Hephaestus, and they're from the Hyderabad Institute of Management and Science.
Hello everyone, I am Naimisha.
Hi everyone, I'm Hirakita.
Hello everyone, this is K. Deeptishri Reddy.
Hello everyone, this is Neha. Hi, this is Pauli.
We are from Team Hephaestus, Hyderabad Institute of Technology and Management, India.
We are very honored and feeling excited to have been selected as a finalist in World's Engineering Day Hackathon 2022.
Please enjoy our entry about OctoCleaner.
OctoCleaner is an underwater robot which cleans waste like plastic and also the sedimentation which is deep inside the water bodies. Thank you.
Rainfall and agricultural runoff contain not only water but also trash such as plastic, leaves and muck. This pollutes rivers and lakes, causing sedimentation and pollution. Sedimentation occurs when garbage and muck collect at the bottom of rivers, reducing the water capacity of rivers and lakes over time. It can't hold a lot of water. As a result, floods occur. Floods can occur even in fewer rains. It's one of the factors that contribute to flooding. The waste also pollutes the water supply, and plastic inside water bodies is a major cause of water pollution. Fish, seabirds, turtles, and other aquatic animals can become entangled in or ingest plastic debris, causing suffocation, starvation, and drowning. If one plastic bag can bring down birds and fish, imagine the consequences of this number. The effects of plastic on marine life are so devastating. Soon the planet's sea animals and birds will end up as nothing but statistics. Species will slowly become endangered and then extinct. Our proposed solution is OctoCleaner. It is an underwater robot that can go deep into the water and collect trash from within. It works using 3 major parts: gripping hand, conveyor belt, and propellers. The gripping hand is used to collect waste. After collecting it, place the waste on the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt throws the waste into the net. Propellers are controllers using transmitter and receiver. It is used for the upward and downward motion of the robot. Due to the short span of time, we have made a mini prototype of our idea. Our future steps are we will add machine learning technology and sonar technology to detect plastic and other waste. We also include mechanisms to remove sedimentation. We also include flapping and gripping techniques of fish and octopuses. We intend to use this robot in the oceans as well. Once we have the necessary resources and funding, we will periodically update it with the most recent technology. We also include a mechanism to collect muck. We are inspired by biomimicry and engineering. We took aquatic animals as inspiration.
At Sydney Water, we want to create a better life for our customers through world-class water services. We want our cities to be thriving, livable and sustainable. Traditional custodians hold a continuous and ongoing relationship with country, nurturing the land and waterways. Caring for country is everyone's responsibility, and we want to play our part. Our city already has a variable climate, and with climate change, we will have to cope with events not yet experienced. It will affect everything we do. Changing rainfall patterns will affect our water sources. Changing soil conditions will affect our network. And floods and rising sea levels will impact our wastewater network. We acknowledge our customers want a resilient future. We understand that the future of our city and climate depends on the choices we make today. Our teams have been showing leadership through our climate change program. It has two parts. The first part, abatement, is about reducing our emissions to lessen our impact on the climate. We have committed to net zero carbon emissions in our operations by 2030 and in our supply chain by 2040. We will embrace circular economy principles to turn waste into energy. The second part is adaptation, reducing the impact that climate change will have on us. We will build resilient assets by actioning climatic risks. We will build a resilient water supply by diversifying our water sources to include more rainfall-independent water and invest in water conservation. We also know we can help our community. Our city is growing hotter, and heat waves and extreme heat will impact the livability of our city. Water plays a critical role in urban greening and cooling. We will play our part to incorporate water into the landscape to build more livable communities. We are committed to our vision of creating a better life with world-class water services and with a focus on achieving together for our customers and the environment. We can all contribute to the legacy of tomorrow.
And that was a message from another one of our sponsors, Sydney Water. And of course, we'd also like to thank all our finalists who are here at the World Engineering Day Global Hackathon. Before we move to our next participant and finalist, I have with me Dr. Marlene Kanga. Welcome once again. How are you doing?
I'm very well, and thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. And there's a very special reason why we have you here. Not only are you from the illustrious alumni of IIT Bombay, but you're also one of those few pioneers who championed the cause of World Engineering Day. She made it happen with some other great engineers and engineered this wonderful event and day for us. So can you tell us something? How much resistance did you face, or was it just easy?
Oh, it was like climbing the Mount Everest and without a map. There were lots of twists and turns, but we finally got there. It was a big dream of ours, and we're so glad that the UNESCO General Conference unanimously supported the declaration of World Engineering Day. But I'm also really pleased to be here, as you said, as an alumna of IIT Bombay, and I'm so proud to see the information that has been provided to celebrate World Engineering Day. to see the campus. It brings back lots of memories, and to see some of the amazing work that the engineers are doing. And most importantly, I hope that everyone is having fun on World Engineering Day. I certainly have. And I hope that you are having great enjoyment. And please use the social media tags as well. We want to hear all about your events.
Well, those people who think that engineers can't have fun, all you need to do is go to one of their festivals that occurs once a year in IIT Bombay, and you can see the spirit, the free spirit that engineers have on campus. Having said that, it's all about tomorrow. It's all about innovation. It's about creating a better future. How do you see IIT Bombay and the other IITs in India contributing towards that?
Oh, well, they're at the leading edge of this contribution, especially IIT Bombay, I'm so proud to say. And they have developed and continue to develop the most amazing innovations. But it's not just research, they're commercializing it. And we have so many entrepreneurs emerging out of IIT Bombay and so many new companies being formed. And this, of course, contributes to employment and economic growth and prosperity.
Of course, there are many IITs out there in India. And of course, this is a loaded question with a little bit of bias. Which IIT do you think is the best IIT in India?
Well, you don't have to ask that. It's
Delhi?
It's IIT Bombay.
Oh, okay, Bombay it is then. All right. Having said that,
It's pretty tough to get in as well, I can tell you.
Before we take leave of you, Dr. Kanga, what's the one unique feature about IIT Bombay from the other IITs that are there in India that you'd like to highlight?
Well, I think the batata vadas at Y Point are fantastic. You can't get the same anywhere in the world.
For those of our viewers who don't know what this scientific term batata vada is, it's basically mashed potato with a little bit of peas that's soaked in this beautiful chickpea flour batter and then fried, so that becomes nice golden crisp and actually bursts with flavors in your mouth. Did I get that right?
Yeah, and you have to eat it hot, hot, hot.
That's right. It doesn't burn, but it does tickle. That's right. So now it's time to move once again. Thank you so much. Moving towards our live hub here and our partners in the Indian region, which has to be, of course, IIT Bombay. That's right. And we look at their video, which talks about innovation and creating a better future.
Greetings on World Engineering Day.
We are live from IIT Bombay, India. I'm sure you must be wondering how IIT Bombay is different from other institutes, and I'll be happy to show you how. IIT Bombay has created an ambience in which new ideas, research and scholarship flourish. And from which the leaders and innovators of tomorrow emerge. IIT Bombay aims to address the problems faced by the nation and the world through the talent it nurtures and the research it does. Today, IIT Bombay has transformed itself from being a center of learning to a premier research and development center. This is exemplified by the fact that the institute has 4,137 undergraduate students and over 2,859 postgraduate students and 3,083 PhD research scholars. R&D at IIT Bombay has made concerted efforts to align its focus with the national goal of achieving technological self-reliance. Students and faculty conduct research projects in thrust areas of science and engineering. IIT Bombay's efforts have borne fruit. Its areas of research are diversified. To its credit are a large number of publications and patents. And to achieve all this, IIT Bombay's capabilities comprise infrastructure, sponsored labs, and interdisciplinary programs. In the next 5 years, we see ourselves as India's premier R&D center, providing solutions to challenges that will help make the world a better place. These are some prominent efforts of the R&D center.
Even in this era of technological advancement, research-grade microscopes are neither portable nor affordable.
Let's first understand why we cannot use conventional binocular microscope. It might be the best way to observe a specimen for a single user, but it is entirely unsuitable for a classroom setting. Often the microscope used in schools, colleges and rural healthcare centers are not attached with a camera. This makes it impossible to capture and archive images for further analysis. Additionally, even the camera of well-known microscopy brands are not suitable for capturing the entire field of view. Only 50% of the field is actually captured. All the camera-coupled microscopes also exhibit a lag in the display when the field of view is moved. The solution to all these problems lies in digitization of complete microscopy process. We present a line of silica inverted microscopes that can be used to image both liquid samples and slides. These are fitted with digital displays that are capable of capturing, storing and transmitting high-resolution color images and videos as well. These come with 4x, 10x, 40x and 100x magnifications. The optical design of these microscopes is mechanically aligned to the camera of smart devices. A custom designed silica app allows users to capture high-resolution image in and out of the field of view and perform micrometry. The use of a smart device also makes file share very easy. The image sharing option in this system can be of great use in remote teaching and long distances, even in medical consultation. Silica supports live projection of captured images and videos. These allow real-time interaction with researcher, collaborators or demonstration session for a large class. The single magnification microscope is currently customized with a Samsung mobile phone as a display platform, while the variable microscope is available with an iPad. The display can be detached when not in use. The microscope can also be customized to fit other phones and tablet models depending upon user requirements.
I am working on finding the cure for the cancer. Cancer is a global healthcare problem. Over 10 million cases worldwide. While Indian economy is growing, infectious diseases are going down, but cancer is rising in the country. Over 1 million cases every year in India for the cancer and almost a million deaths per year because of cancer in the country. Traditionally, cancer is treated by chemotherapy, surgery or radiation. However, there are cancers where there is no cure. For example, the blood cancer. For blood cancer, recently in US or in developed country, there is a new technology called cell and gene therapy, especially the CAR T-cell therapy is being developed and is commercialized. CAR T technology is a platform which is a cell and gene therapy platform. CAR T-cell has several advantages over the existing treatment like chemotherapy or the biologics. In fact, it is a remarkable treatment with extensive success in the cure of cancer. Very recently, there are 3 products of CAR T-cells are approved in the US and in Europe. While CAR T has shown remarkable success in curing the blood cancer, its treatment is extremely expensive. It costs around 4 crore rupees per patient for one infusion, which all of you can imagine is out of reach of most of the Indian patient. Our effort was to develop Make in India indigenous platform so that this technology can reach to the masses and we can provide this therapy to all who needs it. At IIT Bombay, we have developed this CAR-T technology platform. It's patented and we publish this work in a very highly prestigious journal of American Association of Cancer Research.
We know that there is a global increase in demand for miniaturized products. So there is smaller products required in biomedical devices, in electronics, in defense applications, in micromolds, in jewelry. So there are a host of applications where we require small parts and small features. Now, traditionally for electronics application, people have these lithography-based methods which are used for microscale machining. But now, since we have to do it for various other materials, not only silicon, and traditionally these processes evolved for silicon processing. So they are limited in the shapes they can create and the materials they can process. On the other hand, mechanical micromachining has been there for a while, and at macro and meso scale, we can create free-form features in wide range of materials using traditional machining. But if you want to scale down the process, scale down the micromachining process, there are various challenges. The first challenge is that your tool is very, very small. The tool is, say, in fact, it can be 25 microns, which is 1/4 of the size of human hair. Now, if you have a tool that small, its stiffness is very low. And now if we use those tools for machining, those tools are prone to failure. So if you want to use those machines, you have to reduce the cutting forces drastically. And to reduce the cutting forces, you have to use very, very high rotational speeds. So traditionally, if you look at other machines which are used, they run for 3000 RPM. But these machines will have to now run for 100,000 RPM, 1 lakh RPM, these machines will run. So the general challenges, both on the machine design side for using these kind of small tools, and also on the process science of the process is also very complicated. So that's what we are trying to do in this process. So this is the Ultra High Speed Micro Machining Center, conceived, designed and built in the Machine Tools Lab at IIT Bombay. This is one of the most precise machines designed and indigenously built in India.
To tackle the ever-growing demand of energy consumption, the Electrochemical Energy Storage Laboratory is working on indigenous development of rechargeable lithium and sodium-ion battery.
I am going to take you through the products that we have developed and manufactured in this our lab. So our group has been successfully able to manufacture the pouch cells from 10 to 14 ampere hour capacity and cylindrical cells with 2.5 to 2.8 ampere hour of capacity. The capacity of a battery is defined by the amount of current that it can provide on a steady state for 1 hour. For example, this 10 ampere hour of battery can provide the 10 ampere current for around 1 hour, and for the products requiring lesser amount of current, this battery can go for longer periods of time. Here the chemistry utilized for the development of battery is lithium NMC as cathode versus graphite as anode. However, we are also working on the development of different new generation chemistries such as lithium NMC versus silicon carbon, lithium rich LMO versus graphite, and all solid state lithium ion batteries for future energy storage applications, which are regarded as second generation energy storage batteries with a energy density of 250 watt-hour per kg or more. So further work is also being carried out in our lab along with the lithium ion batteries, which is lithium sulfur batteries. So here you can see a prototype with a capacity of around 1 ampere hour. In order to utilize these batteries with the products, it is important that the designated capacity of these battery is matched with the power requirement of the appliances that we are using. So if we were to increase the energy density required, we are going to convert these batteries by connecting in different combinations and put them together in form of packs and modules that are utilized for the electric vehicles. The future of green energy is the development of an isolated residential systems with their independent renewable energy source and energy storage systems. Along with the lithium-ion battery chemistry, our group has also been working on the sodium-ion battery chemistry. Now, the sodium-ion battery research has been blooming as an indigenous solution, which is a great alternative to the lithium-ion battery chemistry for stationary storage energy application because of its several advantages such as sustainability, safety, and because of its redox chemistry, which is similar to the lithium-ion battery and very low cost. This dedicated group has been able to successfully demonstrate a sodium-ion battery pouch cell with a capacity of around 1 ampere hour and with a voltage of 3.2 to 3.4 volts, utilizing NVP as a cathode and hard carbon as an anode. Along with that, an air and moisture stabilized cathode are also under the development stage. The next stage is to scale up these battery chemistries to produce pouch and cylindrical cells with 2 to 2.5 ampere hour of capacity.
With various ultra-safe lithium-ion battery cells, we have made a battery pack and powered an electric two-wheeler. With 8 years of intense R&D at IIT Bombay, we have developed a patented technology of ultra-safe lithium-ion battery cells.
And I lead this effort on the indigenous demonstration of semiconductor memory for secure applications.
Demonstrated a one-time programmable memory technology. This is used for secure memories, hardware encryption, and artificial intelligence. Everyone today would like to have more and more memory drives in their phones. They need to store their beloved pictures, videos, and this need is growing in an exponential rate. Hence, memory innovation is today driving semiconductors. Every time you upload your pictures and videos onto the cloud, data encryption is needed to protect your critical private information. Artificial intelligence provides a new future that opens vistas of amazing possibilities. So commercial memory needs are driving business and innovation for memory technologies at the global scale. Strategic needs for India makes our own memory extremely critical. We need our secure identities for e-commerce, data security to store information in the cloud, and ultimately artificial intelligence that will make sense of it all. With secure memory being so critical, the question is, can India build its own memory technology? In this context, our team has recently done an important advancement.
So one of the first applications that you can do with this technology is to create a memory out of it. Now that memory will be based on breakdown process. That is stochastic in nature and it will be analogous to lightning. You can create a memory array out of it. Apart from memory, the other applications that this particular technology can provide has been listed here. One of the major applications of this technology is trimming. What trimming does is it takes care of the deficiency that happens during the process of making a chip. Other applications of this technology would include something like rad-hard memory, hardware encryption, and neural chip based on OTP memory.
Dhruva means North Star. In old days, people used to use Dhruva, the North Star, to find direction. And similarly, our chip is going to do the same thing for you, specifically for people in India. We are going to give you directions. Our goal as a team at IIT Bombay was to develop a chip which will decode this signal. So when we started working on this project, first time, this particular project was funded by MeitY to develop our own chip, which would decode these signals. We thought, why don't we go forward one step? So we developed a chip which can do not only NAVIC, which is specific to Indian subcontinent, but also GPS, Beidou or Galileo. So this particular chip can decode the signals from all these different satellite systems. Now these navigation satellites are about 36,000 kilometers away from Earth. So they are so far away that the signal which is coming from them is so weak. So as an IC designer, to decode these signals, the first thing we need to do is amplify these signals. So we have to amplify these signals by about 4 lakh times, which is 400,000 times. And then we have to also remove a lot of noise or any kind of signal which is obstructing the information. So after we remove all these signals and process them, amplify them, we convert these analog signals into digital format using an A to D converter. And after that, these digital signals can be used in any standard digital signal processing systems to decode the location information. Dhruva IC is capable of tuning to the navigation signals transmitted at multiple frequencies, which is NAVIC L5 band, GPS L2 band, GPS L1 band, and NAVIC S band. In addition, the IC can be tuned to frequency band occupied by many other worldwide navigation systems, making it truly a universal solution. The chip, with a die size of 1.8 mm by 1.8 mm, is developed as a production level IC with ESD protection, on-chip testing, and reference circuits which can operate from -40 degrees centigrade to 100 degrees centigrade.
Consider satellite communications. A satellite is required to transmit large amounts of RF power. That requires certain special kind of devices. Or consider a civilian application, 5G communications. Once again, you need to transmit large amounts of radio frequency power. Going beyond civilian applications, there's a huge plethora of military applications that require the same thing, transmission of RF power, such as in this application like radar and signal jamming. And these are technologies where India needs to be absolutely self-reliant. And these are where gallium nitride comes in because it's a robust semiconductor. It can handle large amounts of power at RF frequencies. The story of GaN technology development in IIT Bombay starts with the fabrication of the first device in India back in 2010. Since then, it has been a story of over a decade of continuous technology development with a focus on RF power applications. It's been a story of over a decade of steadfast support by the Ministry of Electronics and more recently the Department of Science and Technology. It has been a story of several years of collaboration with our space agency, which takes IIT Bombay devices, packages them, tests them, and gives us feedback on the performance. All of this has led to the maturing of the IIT Bombay capability to the extent that technology demonstration and knowledge transfer is now possible and underway with the defense company.
I hope you all are enjoying the live telecast of the World Engineering Day celebrations. It's time to return to the studio in Sydney.
Hello everyone. I am Valérie Ferret, the Vice President of 3D Experience EDU, the Education Department of Dassault Systèmes. On this World Engineering Day, we are pleased to be a partner of this 24-hour live celebrating engineers and engineering students all around the world. Indeed, more than ever, the world needs imagination, science, and engineering to create a more sustainable world. In Dassault Systèmes, we have been supporting engineers to create new products for the past 40 years, thanks to 3D design and simulation. We believe that virtual worlds are here to expand and improve the real world. In the coming years, you will hear a lot about virtual universes or virtual world. But make no mistake, only scientifically accurate virtual universes will be the most effective way to imagine and deliver sustainable innovation. This is what we call virtual twin experiences of the real world. Now, we need to build a new generation of innovators who will use these virtual twin experiences to create a more sustainable world and to harmonize product, nature, and life. With our education department, we are committed to empowering people with the right skill for sustainability throughout their whole life. About 7 million students are using our solution every year in schools and universities. They also contribute to worldwide student competition to level up their skills. Look at their fantastic achievement. In India, students have proposed innovative solutions to extract potable water by condensing the moisture present in the air. In France, a team of students built a turtle-like robot to clean trash in the harbors. In Colombia, students created a unique filter to retain some pollutant from vehicle emission and improve air qualities in the cities. Finally, this year, we are launching the Arm for All Student Design Contest to support the Ellen for Hand Foundation to improve prosthetic devices. All those great innovations are made possible thanks to purpose-driven engineers. So I wish you a happy World Engineering Day. Now let's all together accelerate innovation for a more sustainable world.
Thank you, Mumbai, and that presentation looked absolutely spectacular. Now, time to move on to our next participant. That's right, we move on to Singapore, and over there, we look at the Institute of Engineers in Singapore and what they're up to.
Today, we are going to explore a country that is synonymous with the phrase modern city. It has received many accolades and awards from around the world for its efficient public transport, its smart land use and public housing, and its robust economy. But how did it achieve all this? And was there a cost to the environment in its race to be a first world country? And is sustainability something engineers here only just started considering? Back in the 1960s and 1970s, and long before the expression sustainable development became popular, Singapore and its engineers already realized that sustainable planning for the limited land was needed to support competing national needs such as housing, transport, and commercial uses. Providing alternative energy, water, and food for the nation was also needed to reduce the reliance on imports. One of the first contribution by engineers was first mooted in the 1970s. Singapore's central business district needed to expand, and so the Marina Bay area began its transformation. From an empty piece of land, it is now one of Singapore's iconic destinations. Another project was to move Singapore's international airport to Changi in the 1980s, building it into one of the best and busiest airports in the world. Engineers have also built Jurong Island in the 1990s into an international chemicals hub to support its industrial needs and free up land for other lands, developing commercial and regional centres such as the Tampines Regional and Novena Fringe Centres in the 1990s, and turning them into bustling hubs. Now, one of the key projects starting in the 1970s was to target the issue of water shortage in Singapore. Though Singapore receives about 2.3 meters of rainfall annually, land scarcity and a high population density mean there is limited land available for catchment and storage of rainwater. Given such conditions, reusing water plays a critical role in Singapore's water sustainability strategy. Innovation alongside an integrated water management strategy involving rainwater collection, the purification and supply of drinking water, the treatment of used water, and further reclamation into new water, Singapore's own brand of recycled water, and has allowed Singapore to close the water loop in 2003. New water improves Singapore's water security, increases its resilience to climate change, and also reduces the need for large water storage capacity as water is constantly recycled, which frees up our limited land for other uses. This has enabled PUB to put in place a robust and sustainable water supply strategy known as the 4 national taps: water from local catchment, imported water, new water, and desalinated water. The Housing and Development Board, Singapore's public housing authority, has test-bedded smart technologies in Punggol North Shore housing projects to create a more livable and sustainable environment for residents. In the basement car park, a vent monitoring system outfitted with jet fans automatically injects fresh air when carbon monoxide levels are deemed too high, keeping air quality in check. Also, above us are really large pipes, and these are part of the Pneumatic Waste Conveyance System, or PWCS. The PWCS is an automated waste collection system that uses a vacuum-type underground pipe network to collect household waste. Now, the entire waste collection process is automated, so less manpower is needed and productivity is increased. Now, these smart-enabled flats are pre-equipped with data points and high-tech distribution boards that enable the adoption of smart technologies. Now, residents can also monitor their energy use and facilitate changes to usage patterns for a more sustainable and eco-friendly lifestyle via the Home Energy Management System. This is a neighborhood center, and you can see that there are energy-saving smart fans and smart lights. Now, using sensors, the smart fans are activated and speed adjusted in response to temperature. The smart lights will also dim where there is no human traffic. There are also other large-scale townships such as Kampong Admiralty and Punggol Town, which have gained global recognition for their good planning, design, and sustainable development, as well as for bringing the community together. Engineers have made many contributions to Singapore. On its 50th birthday since independence, a book called Engineering First World, 50 Feats That Transformed Singapore was published. It is a publication by the Institution of Engineers Singapore to commemorate the top 50 engineering feats in the first 5 decades of Singapore's nation building. Among the feats listed were the National Library Building, a game changer in the race to engineer buildings that are flexible, adaptive to constant changes, and reduce carbon footprint. Samwo Eco-Green Building, where engineers converted construction waste into high-grade recycled concrete aggregate that was then used to construct a 3-story eco-green building. ABC Waters at Kallang River at Bishan Ang Mo Kio Park, where engineers used recycled materials for the bioengineered slope and grew plants from leftovers of trees from national parks. and Semakau Landfill, a monumental engineering undertaking that became the first large offshore landfill then. As the National Society of Engineers in Singapore, the Institution of Engineers Singapore leads the engineering community to forge a sustainable future for Singapore. A key effort by IES in promoting sustainable development is the World Engineers Summit. WES provides a unique platform for engineers around the world to exchange ideas, knowledge, and insights with a special focus on harnessing engineering innovations to create a sustainable future. In addition, IES organizes the annual IES Charles Rudd Distinguished Public Lectures. In 2021, these lectures carried the theme of Sustainability, Impact on Our Future Lives.
IES will also want to nurture the younger generation of engineers in Singapore. We would like to enthuse the younger generation to take up engineering, to embark on all the engineering project opportunities spelled out in the Singapore Green Plan 2030. Because the future belongs to the future generation, the younger generation, and they will have to contribute towards building a more sustainable Singapore. But sustainable development is not just by one person or by one organization. So whatever Singapore is doing will not only benefit the Singapore community, but we also need the surrounding countries, the region, to come together to work out on a consolidated plan to see whether we can help to build a more sustainable region. An engineer should come together to work together to create a more sustainable future for the future generation, for the whole world.
Now I'm right here at the IES Green Building in Bukit Tinggi. Now I know that this building has incorporated the latest sustainable technologies to achieve the Building and Construction Authority's Platinum Rating Certification for non-residential buildings Green Mark version 4.0. Which is the highest standards in environmental impact and performance.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, how did this building achieve that?
Design has been a very core part from the onset of the building project. And as you can see, we have incorporated a lot of green spaces across the whole building, such as this, where you have pockets of a garden where people can hang around to share engineering ideas. Yeah. And as you come over here, you realize that we have a solar farm across the entire roof as well, which provides shading, and at the same time, it gains help us cover 25% of our total energy consumption.
IES lends its expertise to key national sustainable development initiatives, including the Singapore Green Plan 2030 and the ABC Waters.
For IES, we will come up with some sustainability roadmap for the next 10 years to support the Singapore Green Plan 2030. And we will work with the community, we work with the engineering community, we work with the partners, with the people to craft out this sustainability roadmap for IES for the next 10 years.
Sustainable development is a journey into the future that requires the participation of our younger generation. Youths in Singapore are empowered to play a part in environmental sustainability in line with the National Sustainability Agenda, the Singapore Green Plan 2030. The Institution of Engineers Singapore is a key partner in this endeavour. As Singapore moves towards new sustainability targets, engineers will continue to play an imperative role. Engineers are already working hard to support every aspect of the Singapore Green Plan 2030. I'm Eunice Olsen, and it's been such a privilege sharing with you all about our engineers. Now, with their ingenuity and tenacity, Singapore will definitely head towards a better, more sustainable future.
Welcome back to the studio. This is World Engineering Day and it's time to move into the Global Hackathon. But before we introduce our next participant and finalist, it's time to hear a special message from Dr. Jong Sun Kim, who is the president of the International Network of Women Engineers and Scientists.
The International Network of Women Engineers and Scientists is happy to join the World Federation of Engineering Organizations in celebrating the UNESCO World Engineering Day for Sustainable Development. As president of INWES, I would like to express my heartfelt congratulations on behalf of our members to President Professor Kong Ki and members of WFEO on successfully organizing the very meaningful World Engineering Day 2022 event. Engineering is one of the keys to sustainable development, and innovative engineering solutions are crucial in creating a more resilient and equitable world. INWES joins the world in celebrating and acknowledging the enormous contributions of engineering and engineers in the quest to building a sustainable world. As a global network of women in STEM reaching over 60 countries worldwide, INWES aims to strengthen the capacity of women in engineering and science worldwide by encouraging and promoting education, recruitment, retention, support, and advancement of professional women and girls through international collaboration and cooperation. Together with WFEO and our worldwide partners, INWES hopes to fulfill our mission to build a better future worldwide through the full and effective participation of women and girls in all aspects of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. See you all at the World Engineering Day 2022 on March 4th. Thank you.
At Epicenter Consulting Engineers, we are passionate about the projects that we deliver and the outcomes that we deliver as part of these projects. We believe that these project outcomes positively impact people's everyday lives. We deliver these outcomes by communicating and working collaboratively within project teams to understand our clients' requirements and to deliver optimal engineering solutions to meet these requirements. We understand that our work isn't about providing innovative technical designs. Our work isn't about delivering a commercial, industrial, healthcare or residential project. Our work is actually about delivering outcomes for the people that use, live in and rely on the projects that we deliver. Our work delivers joy to people in good times and brings hope to people during difficult times. Our work delivers improvements in the quality of life of people in our communities who require care and assistance. Our work allows people and families to form stronger friendships and bonds by maximising the enjoyment they get from their downtime. Our work enables people to reconnect and reunite with family and friends. Our work helps preserve the past, as well as helping to shape the future. At Epicenter, we help our clients leave their mark on the world and help make the world a better place for everyone.
Of course, that was a message from Epicenter, one of our partners, and of course now time to move into the hackathon. But before we move on to the next entry in the hackathon, let me tell you, for those of you who've logged on from across the globe, you can watch us on, of course, worldengineeringday.net. And of course, for those of you who are interested for the social media live interview, please do hashtag us, which is #WorldEngineersDay, and you could be one of the lucky few who will be there on that social media live interview. So, up next, we've got a very special team from Kenya, and that's team Haye Park Egerton from Kenya with their entry. Let's take a look.
Hello, I am Joseph Ngudero.
And my name is Charles Kenyon. Together, we are Team Haye Park. We are really honored and excited to be selected as finalists in the World Engineering Day Hackathon in 2022.
Please enjoy our presentation of how we're using engineering to turn weeds into forests. Thank you. Hello, my name is Joseph Nguviru.
And my name is Charles Kenyon. Today, we would like to introduce to you the sustainable packaging solution, a game changer for consumers and above all, our planet.
Our story began in June last year during a field trip in Lake Naivasha to investigate marine pollution. But our boat got stuck for close to 5 hours in the midst of water hyacinth. However, despite our predicament, it was painful to watch the poor fishermen who couldn't navigate their way back in the morning because their boats had been hemmed in by this weed.
As engineers, we knew that this problem was up to us. If we can send man to the moon, we can find a way to send man across lakes infested by this weed. The stakes are high here, though. Hyacinth causes issues in navigation, fishing, water treatment, irrigation, and electric power production in more than 50 countries globally, and lives have been affected.
In Homa Bay, Kenya, for example, school-going children have failed to go to school for days, sometimes weeks, because of this weed surrounding the island. So, for our final year project, we sought out to clear the weeds and turn them into an economic benefit.
Our lecturers loved the idea, and they suggested that we could also try using other aquatic weeds growing in our school botanical garden. However, we found out that the wetland shrinked, and that its river running dry due to climate change and global warming. The danger is that our school, Egerton University, is located in Mau water catchment area, which is a major source of water for East Africa.
So, we organized for a massive tree planting in school, where we had over 2,674 seedlings planted on zero budget. And that was our eureka moment.
We realized that for every tree planted, we had a plastic bag wasted, and all toxic fertilizers would eventually run off into the river and cause more pollution. We decided to transform this weed into seedling wrappers that biodegrade within 3 to 6 months of planting. We designed these using AutoCAD and simulated using Solid Edge.
Since hyacinth also offers high nutrients of potassium, phosphorus, and nitrogen that facilitate plant growth, we do not remove the wrappers when planting and thereby contribute to a circular economy. Because of these nutrients, our test seedlings have shown up to 23% more growth rate than the conventional ones planted using plastic wrappers.
This way, we solve the issues surrounding plastic waste, inorganic fertilizers, and water hyacinth. Meet Lacey, the Egerton University agroforestry manager, as she shares her experience.
People are still looking for an option on how they do change from polythene bags to something else that's biodegradable. It's the best. Think about it, Kabisa. Probably will be the first people who have invented something new that will be taking us away from this. And actually, it will be something modern.
How many seedlings do you sell per year? Around how many?
Wow, more than 100,000.
More than 100,000?
Yes.
So you have more than 100,000 pieces of these pieces lying somewhere?
Yeah, exactly.
Our R&D is further developing this into a wide range of biodegradable products to replace the single-use disposable items like the plates and the tumblers and straws used in events like parties. We are calling this Higher Pack. However, to fully realize this and make them food grade and launch into supermarket shelves, we need funding for 3D molding machine and extrusion machine. This is an initial capital cost of about $5,000.
However, in our action plan to transform societies, people showed interest in our project, and soon we realized that innovations alone will not solve the problem of pollution. That's why we started Adopt a River projects across the country, where we mobilize people at community level to clean up a section of the river, thus engaging them on responsible consumption and creating awareness about climate change and sustainability.
We are turning movements into real action through a wider team of engineers and youth who want to see change. Now, when the fourth wave of the pandemic struck, we still have the team running through Zoom and social media platforms.
Our project has so far won the East Africa Youth for Climate Action Award and is continuously changing socio-economic livelihoods.
Thank you.
What a wonderful solution from Kenya, cleaning one creek, one stream, one river at a time. And of course, apart from being World Engineering Day, this also happens to be the year of the Winter Olympics. So it's only appropriate that we now head over to the next team in the Global Hackathon. And it's none other than the team from Ice City in Harbin, China.
我是王新奇。
我是知卓。
我是陈文涛。
We are Team Ice City. We are very excited to have been selected as a finalist in the World Engineering Day Hackathon in 2022. Please enjoy our entry, Human, Ocean, and Future.
As the Earth is rich in marine resources, to make sustainable development and reduce the use of energy and resources, the team has proposed an engineering scheme for the use of marine renewable energy for power generation and desalination. The scheme makes use of wave energy, salt energy, and temperature difference energy for energy supply. Furthermore, the aim of the scheme is to achieve a mutually beneficial symbiosis with ocean, adhering to the concept of sustainable development and aiming to achieve carbon peaking and carbon neutrality, effectively driving economic growth. Hello everyone, we are Team Ice City from College of Intelligent System Science and Engineering, Harbin Engineering University, Heilongjiang Province, China. My name is Xinqi Wang. I will introduce the first part of the Ocean Energy Development Scheme, the use of wave energy. There are good prospects for collecting wave energy to convert it into electricity and harness it, because the wave energy is rich in Fujian, Guangdong, and Hainan in China. The wave energy scheme has a mature wave prediction system, which consists of two parts. One, the long-medium-term wave prediction algorithm based on LSTM neural networks, which can determine the optimal placement strategy for the WEC. 2. The very short-term wave prediction algorithm based on system parameter identification, which provides accurate phase and amplitude of wave motion in very short periods of time. The estimated wave are used as input to control the PTO system of WEC, enabling the device to withstand the impact of waves on the mechanical drivetrain and increasing the energy conversion efficiency.
Thanks, Wang. I'm Wen Tao Chen. The total amount of salt energy resources in coastal areas is odd, and it has huge development space and prospects. Therefore, we consider eliminating the principle of electric eel power generation and use a larger amount of salt energy resources to obtain clean power resources. In short, the device is composed of a large number of asymmetrically structured biometric cells. The cell has the structure of a voltage gate sodium-ion channel that exits only on one side. When it opens, a potential difference is created due to the flow of sodium ions. Eventually, thousands of cells are connected in series to create hundreds of volts to generate a usable current.
Thank you for your speaking. I'm Zhuo Zhi. In this part, we use the temperature difference of seawater as energy source to realize the two functions, which are power generation and freshwater output. The whole system can be divided into two parts. Firstly, the liquid ammonia is heated to steam by the warm seawater in the evaporator. The steam can drive the turbine to produce electricity. The gas from the turbine enters the condenser and is condensed to liquid by the cold seawater, and the process is repeated to produce electricity. Additionally, the other part of the system vaporizes the warm seawater rapidly and then uses the deep cold seawater to condense the steam to liquid to produce fresh water directly. Therefore, the system can complete electricity generation and seawater desalination at the same time.
Overall, the scheme uses clean energy in the ocean to generate electricity and desalination, saving fossil energy and reducing carbon emission in short term. It effectively deals with the shortage of fresh water, alleviates the global warming, and contributes to sustainable development in long term.
In addition, It will maintain the independence of national energy supply and provide a large number of jobs for the country to promote the economic growth, which is in line with the concept of mutually beneficial symbiosis with ocean.
Due to the COVID-19, we can only exchange and discuss through WeChat. In the competition, we consulted a large number of materials together, analyzed and proposed the solutions from multiple angles. Finally, we finished the game efficiently and independently. We hope we can build back wiser,
engineering the future.
Glück auf! Hello, my name is Jürgen Kretschmann and I'm the president of TH Georg-Agricola University in Bochum, Germany. We are proud to support WFEO and all engineers who build our world back wiser. Our university is committed to support the Agenda 2030. We enable young engineers to strive for new ideas in order to achieve the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. For me, it is very important that our students and employees think and act in accordance to these goals. They are anchored in the self-image of our university. But we should not just leave the status quo to the next generation. That is too defensive. Engineering for a better world, that should be our claim. As engineers, we can positively change the world with our knowledge and skills. We can develop solutions for the challenges of our time. Together with the engineering community, we celebrate the World Engineering Day 2022 today. To all you talented young engineers, take your chance and make our world a better place.
Take your chance.
Toma tu oportunidad.
Saisis ta chance.
Welcome back to the studio, and I'm delighted to have Sang-Chuan Tan join us now. Well, who is he, you might ask? He has served and has spearheaded many engineering organizations and other organizations working in the region of mass transport sustainability in the region. Of course, now he also serves as the treasurer and executive board member of the World Federation of Engineering Organizations. We have him with us for a live interview now. Welcome to World Engineering Day, Sang-Chuan Tan.
Thanks, Kati.
It's great to have you with us, and it's being celebrated right across the globe, all the way from here up till we'll end at Costa Rica tonight. So anyway, before we move, I'd like to ask you, what does World Engineering Day mean to you?
So, World Engineering Day is a very special day. It's, the Federation of Engineering Organizations has created. And I think it's a day of celebration for engineers. And we are also doing some stock picks for us to review what we have done in the past year. And normally engineers are doing their works every day without considering, being recognized or what they have done. And we just do it for the sake of the better work and for the sake of the people. I think it's a meaningful day to celebrate the engineering contributions around the world. And it's also important for engineers to play an advancing role in our society. I would think that through World Engineering Day, we also can get more young people interested in engineering and inspiring them to pursue the engineering pathway in their career and nurture future innovator as well as the problem solver.
Well, that sounds good. Something else that comes to mind is the current climate that we live in. It's so pertinent to ask this question. Why do you think it is so important for World Engineering Day to celebrate or to put a focus on sustainable development or sustainable growth?
Yeah. If you look at the 17 sustainable development goals, all will include the engineers' contributions, and especially climate change. And it's so pertinent on the climate change. We just had our COP26 meeting over, and there's so much thing to do. And what we need for engineers to contribute to see on the mitigation side as well as on the adaptation side, how we are able to solve the climate change problem. But besides climate change, we're also building the city resilience. And if you look at the water, you look at the energy, you look at the waste, the food security, everything related to engineering. And I would say the World Engineering Day provide an international platform for global engineers to share their innovations, projects, and achievement with the world. And it helps engineers to understand each other and inspire the community to further our own journey in engineering. It also helps to engage the wider community, especially the younger generations, to work with us to promote sustainable developments.
Another question for you. In your region, what important work needs to be done by your organization, which is the World Federation for Engineers? What do they need to do for sustainable development?
I would look at Asia Pacific regions. We are lagging very much behind of Europe regions as well as the US. So I think we need more help to get our country in these regions to speed up the sustainable knowledge. So education is one of the very important area, and where the WFEO are able to use this as a critical enabler to see how we can bring our education standards, especially engineering standards, to raise on par with other regions. And then we can look into more training more sustainable professional to help in terms of national development. And we can see that Asia is being a very fast-growing regions in terms of economy. And if you look at this, if we develop the infrastructure without considering the sustainability in their development, I think it's going to be a disaster in the future. So education is one of the very important, and of course, we can promote the sustainability practice, learning from European countries, learning from US, and how are they going to apply to these regions, and so that we can expedite the growth of this region. So I think WFEO can play a very, very important role to network those members in Asia with the European country, with a member in the US, and as far as other region, because we also learn from the Africa regions, we are almost at the similar kind of developments, and we can share experience. And WFAO is a very good platform for everybody to meet together and share their experience. Yeah, and you will see the track is in Asia Pacific regions. Our power consumptions is going to be almost 48% of the world. These are carbon emissions for the whole world, right? So I think it's also on the energy side. Although we are trying to encourage more solar energy, wind power, renewable energy. We're going to introduce more, but I think we can learn from other regions to see how can we expedite the whole process. And I believe WFPO will continue to make an impact through initiative like this on this 24-hour live program, as well as other activity we have to connect engineers globally and create a better impedance for our works.
Based on some of the initiatives that you mentioned, it seems like we are engineering a very bright future. And of course, we've all heard this saying, that there's no constant like change itself. So in the foreseeable future, what change do you see that's very important for engineers and engineering?
Yeah. So if you look at traditionally, engineers are divided into disciplines. And you have a civil and structural engineer, we have a mechanical engineer, we have electrical engineer, we have system engineer. And all these are these engineers, if you look at the 17 sustainable development goals, they are all integrated. And what we need to do for engineer is how do we make sustainability practice be integral part of our daily work. And regardless of project, we need to integrate different professional, different discipline together and to provide a better solution, to provide a better alternative to the solution itself. And then we shall work in collaboration with other professionals as well, like scientists, the planner, the architects. And I would think that there will be a shift from our traditional thinking to a more integrated part and providing solutions to the challenges we face.
Well, thank you so much for those words. And I've met so many engineers today, and interestingly enough, the answers to one of the questions was when I asked, what profession do you think God belongs to? The engineer said, God is an engineer. So before we sign off, I'd like to ask for some godly advice or some engineering advice from yourself. And what message do you have for the upcoming engineers in the world today?
I think engineers today, we can make a history and building our sustainability in our DNA. So sustainability is not another part of another discipline, but we just need to build that into the DNA, whatever we do in our daily work for the good of mankind. And we should press on and then with our passions and fortitude and make the best out of our unique skill set and knowledge to create a better world for many generations to come.
Thank you so much, Sanchuan, for that message. Sustainability, knowledge, innovation, and a sustainable future. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and it's now time to head back into the Global Hackathon and move on to the next team from Singapore. That's right. Next up we have is from the Institute of Engineers, and let us take a look at how they're nurturing the next generation of engineers for us.
Institution of Engineers Singapore, also known as IES, was formally established on July 1966 as the National Society of Engineers in Singapore. IES is the premier engineering institution in Singapore, which supports the continuous learning of our engineers and promotes interest in engineering to the students and the public. As the National Society of Engineers in Singapore, our mission is to advance and promote the science, art, and profession of engineering for the well-being of mankind. Launched in December 1977 by the Minister for Science and Technology, the Science Centre Singapore was established to promote interest, learning, and creativity in science and technology through imaginative and enjoyable experiences, contributing to the development of Singapore's human resource. The Science Centre Singapore makes science accessible and engaging, creating an environment where Singaporeans of all ages are empowered to advance their learning. The Science Centre Singapore reaches out to the public through exhibitions like the Future Makers exhibition to illustrate the principles and powers of science and technology in everyday life, conducting school programs to complement school science syllabus, producing scientific magazines and natural history guidebooks, and organizing promotional activities to bring science closer to the people of Singapore. To further strengthen the interest in engineering in primary level school children, the Young Engineers Badge was launched by the Science Centre Singapore and the Institution of Engineers in 2018 to stimulate the interest among students in engineering. In 2014, a 3,000 square meter space was dedicated to KidStop for children aged 8 years and below to learn to inquire, investigate, and innovate in a safe and conducive gallery. Designed to introduce concepts of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, children are provided with ample opportunities to learn through interactive play. There are also themed zones such as Flight and Space, Built Environment, and the Playmakers Studio, where children are provided with ample room for exploring science topics through hands-on activities. Science Centre Singapore also encourages innovation through interesting competitions that promotes technical skills, critical thinking, and opportunities to put science into practical use through the myriad of competitions and challenges such as the National Robotics Competition, Singapore Amazing Flying Machine Competition, and the very sought-after Tan Kaki Young Inventors Award. The Science Centre Singapore supports the love and interest in science and technology by providing avenues for students to participate in workshops and camps all year round. Amongst the various choices of workshops and camps, they promote interest in engineering through engineering camps, and this is done by making engineering concepts simple by combining science knowledge and modern technology to build interesting structures and machines. This holistic experience will give students a head start with engineering at a young age. Organized by IES, the National Engineers Day, or NED, is an annual event that aims to celebrate the achievements of engineers, inspire young engineers, and intrigue students in engineering. Since launching NED in 2010, IES has partnered with tertiary institutions, government agencies, engineering organizations, and industry experts to grow it into one of the biggest engineering events for students in Singapore. Each edition of NED offers a series of fun and enriching activities, including workshops, talks, site visits, and exhibitions covering diverse and exciting engineering topics. Engineering Innovation Challenge, or EIC, is a nationwide competition that provides students from secondary schools to universities with opportunities to gain hands-on experience in developing innovative solutions to address real-world problems. Jointly organized by IES and Science Centre Singapore since 2015, the EIC has provided opportunities to over 100 student teams each year to compete to put science theories into engineering practice by building prototypes and solving problems. EIC has been supported by various institutions such as the Singapore Nuclear Research and Safety Initiative and the Ministry of Education. Student teams of EIC were also mentored and guided by engineering professionals during their competition process. This created good opportunities for interactions with practicing engineers and to pique the interest of students to take on engineering as a choice of study and career. Engineering is integral in supporting economic growth to sustain and maintain the infrastructure development of the nation. Engineers put scientific and mathematical principles into practical research and use to, most importantly, drive the innovation in technology. One of the key objectives of IES is to ensure the continuation of engineering profession and the nurturing of talents in the engineering sector. The institution maintains close links with professional organizations of engineers regionally and throughout the world. These include organizations in Australia, China, Japan, United Kingdom, and the United States. The institution also represents Singapore in the World Federation of Engineering Organizations, ASEAN Federation of Engineering Organizations, and the Federation of Engineering Institutions of Asia and the Pacific, in promoting goodwill and fellowship among all engineers in the region and internationally. Engineers are essential in economic growth and the evolution of mankind. We are integral in practical innovation of science and technology to protect lives, advance our quality of living, and create sustainable solutions for our planet. IES is committed to the future of engineering in Singapore and the nurturing of our next generation engineers. Institution of Engineers Singapore, also
the student community at IIT Bombay is active and thriving. Although the academic curriculum occupies a significant portion of the experience at IIT Bombay, the institute offers innumerable extracurricular activities too, that IIT Bombay students are encouraged to participate in. IIT Bombay is privileged to have one of the best cultural scenes among engineering colleges in India. The institute has a very active intra-college scene with genre-specific clubs and plenty of hostel and institutional level events all year round. All these extracurricular activities are totally managed by students. These activities provide multiple platforms for students to improve their soft skills, which are imperative for one to excel in his or her workspace. Besides, campuses are buzz with activities of various student clubs and organizations. All work and no play typically dull the mind. We are proud to be part of an institute that promotes a strong curriculum, the keen interest and participation beyond books. TechFest aims at providing a platform for confluence of students, academia and industry. TechFest has grown over the years to become the biggest of its kind in Asia.
Namaste, India. I am Sophia. I have always wanted to visit India, truly. I've heard so much of this vibrant land of tradition and culture where you will find innumerable differences coexisting. As an emerging global economic, scientific, and technological superpower, Indians have made untold contributions to Silicon Valley and the world. I am also very excited about India's investment in space technology.
Showcasing the latest and the best in R&D. The TechFest includes lectures by some of the most eminent personalities of myriad fields in science, technology and management, innovative and exciting competitions or workshops on riveting topics. The festival is completely organized by the students of IIT Bombay, who spend about 9 months conceptualizing, planning and executing each tech festival.
Hello everyone, my name is Isha Kalal, a third-year undergraduate student pursuing aerospace engineering. Also, I'm the Media and Marketing Manager for TechFest. TechFest IIT Bombay is Asia's largest science and technology festival, a 3-day technological extravaganza created by a core team of 24 students each year since 1998, making a recent addition the Silver Jubilee. TechFest's journey for a IIT Bombay freshman begins with working on the front lines, getting to organize events about robots, machines, and every other cool tech that you can think of. Tech that we used to marvel at as kids, igniting the spark of engineering. We are all nerds who love MCU, right? We have had the Iron Man and so much more in our exhibitions. In subsequent years, the sense of responsibility intensifies. You take lead of individual events and guide your juniors to do the same. All the months put into creating those 3 days, working with 250 plus students gives you so much more than skills and experience from the fest. You get a fraternity grooming you into responsible adults. To all the tech enthusiasts out there, I wish you a happy World Engineering Day. And as we say in TechFest, dream on!
IIT Bombay is a place that also subscribes to the entrepreneurship philosophy. IIT Bombay puts a lot of emphasis in creating an ambience that is conducive to innovation and entrepreneurship. Many of the students spend a fair amount of time on their own projects and eventually launch them into full-fledged companies as soon as they pass out of IIT Bombay.
Set up in 2004, the Society for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, or SINE, is an umbrella organization at IIT Bombay for fostering entrepreneurship and nurturing tech startups. It is one of the earliest incubators in academia. Importantly, it provides start-to-scale support for technology-based entrepreneurship and facilitates the conversion of research activity into entrepreneurial ventures. SINE provides up to 3 years of incubation support to startups from varied technology and science areas. Incubation can be physical or virtual. Till date, SINE IIT Bombay has nurtured over 190 startups, assisted over 800 entrepreneurs. These startups have employed over 5,000 people and raised funds to the tune of 4,500 crores.
eCell is Asia's largest student and entrepreneurship promoting body. The eCell motivates the students to start their own enterprise and also makes efforts to provide them with the necessary resources to do so. Eureka is Asia's largest business model competition. The initiatives include eSummit, Eureka, Illuminate, FinLot, NEC, ENB, NSpace. Another activity which has become very prominent over the years in Abhyuday, the social body of IIT Bombay. A student-run non-profit organization which aspires to promote social consciousness among the youth and concentrate their power towards a better and sustainable society.
Hello everyone, I am Tarini, a sophomore from Energy Science and Engineering Department.
Hello everyone, I am Satyan Reddy, a sophomore student in Material Science and Metallurgical Engineering Department here at IIT Bombay. We are a part of Abhyuday, IIT Bombay.
Abhyuday, the social body of IIT Bombay, was founded in 2014 with a vision to drive the youth towards social challenges.
A group of socially driven students and IIT Bombay professors with the same vision played a pivotal role in the formation of this body.
Abhyuday has established itself as one of the country's largest student-run social bodies in a short period.
The face of Abhyuday is campaigns. We conduct events throughout the year like conferences, donation drives, exhibitions and pan-India competitions.
During the pandemic, we collaborated with UNICEF India for initiatives such as the COVID Leaders Appreciation Program, Art to Emancipate competition and mental health talks.
The competitions department at Abhyuday provides platform to encourage youth towards solving social issues through innovative ways.
Action Plan, the flagship competition of Abhyuday, aims at raising awareness among the youth about social entrepreneurship.
It provides a platform for youngsters to solve India's most pressing social issues and are heavily rewarded to keep them going a long way.
Recently, Abhyuday organized a college-wide blood donation drive which was a great success. The blood collected had the potential to save around 950 lives.
Professors, the fellowship program of Abhyuday provided over 70 internship opportunities in NGOs, public-spirited companies and socially inclined organizations, providing all interns with stipends over 1.5 lakhs in the year 2021.
The Social Fest, usually held in January, is a 2-day extravaganza that celebrates the spirit of social good and is the largest social festival organized by any student social body in the country.
Our Social Fest inculcates various events and talk shows marked by the presence of socially driven personalities including famous artists, award winners, high-ranked officials with a huge footfall of 25,000 plus audiences across the country.
We have successfully associated with international and national CSRs for sponsorship including Micron, Schaeffler, Indian Oil, SBI, NABARD and many more.
We also conduct weekend volunteer events such as plantation drives, health checkup camps, beach cleanup camps, food donation drives, slum visits, orphanage visits and old age home visits.
We at Abhyuday consistently work together and come up with new initiatives with a hope to bring a positive change and a vision to make our society a better place. Happy World Engineering Day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With a vision to channelize and sensitize the youth towards India's social challenges, Abhyuday works towards creating a sense of social responsibility and leadership among the youth. Abhyuday was started in 2014 with a group of socially inclined students. These students felt the need for a body which provided opportunities to the students of the institute who wished to work for a better society. Abhyuday has established itself as one of the country's largest student-run social bodies in a mere span of 4 years. Abhyuday runs a large number of campaigns. It also conducts through-the-year conferences, donation drives, exhibitions, and provides social fellowship, internship opportunities to the students of the institute. The Social Fest, usually held in January, is a 2-day extravaganza that celebrates the spirit of social good. With a 51-year history behind it, Mood Indigo has blossomed into Asia's largest college cultural festival. Mood Indigo has been the crown jewel event of IIT Bombay for more than 5 decades now. A stage celebrating art form, a podium igniting intellectual thoughts. Mood Indigo has evolved to be a platform for global cultural interaction over the years. Their ideology is to bring the entire world to one place. MI caters to the most talented students from over 2,000 colleges across the country through its magnificent competitions.
Hello everyone, I am Prapti, a third-year undergraduate student in the Chemical Engineering Department.
And I am Zeel.
And we are the core group members of Mood Indigo 2021. Mood Indigo, lovingly known as Char Din Ka Sapna, is Asia's largest college cultural festival. It has been an important part of not only IIT Bombay students, but college students all across India for the past 51 years now.
Engineering life is not all about academics, and that's where Mood Indigo steps in. The reason why Mood Indigo is so special to all college students is because Mood Indigo brings the most variety of events seen in a single festival. From concerts, talk shows, stand-up acts, dance to theatre, fashion, and even international fringe acts. It is an entirely student-run festival with the core team comprising 24 students.
Cultural activities are an important part of a student's life, which helps in the all-round growth and personality development of a student. Because as they say, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Engineers are flourishing in not just technical fields, but also all cultural fields like acting, music, dance, comedy. So Mood Indigo is here to give them an exposure to the best in these fields, bring out their hidden inner talent and promote their all-round development. We at Mood Indigo wish all the engineers here a very happy World Engineering Day.
An unending list of international legends and national artists have honored the Mood Indigo stage, along with numerous prominent personalities in various genres like Bollywood actors, authors, politicians, sportspersons, poets, and much more. Mood Indigo, for the organizing team, is a fun learning experience. Where you will see your ideas come to life, live the dream of handling professional artists, organize entire events, and make the best friends for life.
It was a pleasure to be a part of the first 24-hour telecast of the World Engineering Day. That's all from us here at IIT Bombay. Back to you in the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I first of all convey greetings from the Institution of Engineers India to you all. It is a proud privilege for me to share my thoughts from this virtual podium as the President of the Institution of Engineers India, which is the largest professional body of engineers established in the year 1920 and bestowed with the Royal Charter in the year 1935. The institution has national presence in 125 state and local centers in India and has further extended its services to the international engineering community with 6 overseas chapters and bilateral agreement with 34 international institutions around the world. IEI is a member of World Federation of Engineering Organization, Federation of Engineering Institutions of Asia and Pacific, Federation of Engineering Institutions of South and Central Asia, Commonwealth Engineers Council and Federation International Debuted, etc. The Institution of Engineers India has been associated with these professional bodies as a member organization representing India for several years together, with the objective of the advancement of engineering profession and the fraternity at large, and also to promote the development of a closer working relationship with these organizations for a closer interaction on the topics of significance and professional relevance. As we brace ourselves to celebrate the World Engineering Day for Sustainable Development on 4th of March 2022, on the theme Build Back Wiser, we need to contemplate the future role of engineers and profession of engineering in service of society. Indeed, engineering plays a vital role in addressing critical human needs by improving our quality of life and creating opportunities for sustainable growth on a local, national, regional, and global level. Crucially, it also contributes to UNESCO's Sustainable Development Goals, which the Institution of Engineers firmly believes to be achievable and also ardently support as a WFUA national as well as a founder member. It is also imperative to have the scientific, technological, and engineering capacity to provide sustainable solutions in areas such as health, agriculture, education, communication, and industrial development to play their full part in today's globalized world. Engineering is a major driver for sustainable socio-economic development and is a vital profession contributing towards basic human needs, alleviating poverty, promoting secure and sustainable development, responding to emergency situations, reconstructing infrastructure, bridging knowledge, and promoting intellectual cooperation. It is important that more engineering organizations from around the world work together to share best practices in engineering and support the implementation of actions to fulfill UNESCO's Sustainable Development Goals. This day offers us with an opportunity to highlight engineers and engineers' achievement in the present day world and improve public understanding of how engineering and technology are central to moderate life and for sustainable development. Thanking you all. Thanks.
Welcome back to the studio, ladies and gentlemen. This is still World Engineering Day as we move from coast to coast all the way across the globe. And of course, that was some great content from IIT Bombay, our partners, and also some great entries that you saw there. Towards the end, of course, you saw a special address from the Institute of Engineering in India, their president giving us a small message, Dr. Hemant Omkar Rao Thakre. And of course, we are very proud to have all the participants with us. But from this region, we also have a grab that we'd like to share with all of you of a young engineering future leader who will help us. And this was taken in February. I hope you enjoy it.
Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Young Engineers panel today. It's one of the many exciting events to celebrate the World Engineering Day 2022. The World Engineering Day is a UNESCO International Day of Celebration of Engineering and Engineers, proclaimed at the 40th General Conference of UNESCO in 2019. It's a celebration of a global event that holds every 4th of March since 2020. The day offers an opportunity to highlight engineers and engineering achievements in our modern world and improve public understanding of how engineering and technology are central to modern life and for sustainable development. Today, we have an outstanding panel of young engineers and leaders from the World Federation of Engineering Organizations, International Federation of Consulting Engineers, Young Leaders Council, European Young Engineers, the Students Platform for Engineering Education and Development SPEED, and the UNEP Major Group for Children and Youth. I think it's about time to pass it on to the panelists now. So I'm going to go exactly in the same order to ask the panelists to tell us a bit more about what they're doing to foster sustainable development in line with the UN SDGs. So Firaz, the table is yours, please.
Greetings, everyone. I'm happy to be part of this panel, and thank you, Christopher, for moderating this webinar today, which is part of the celebrations we're doing on the World Engineering Day on the 4th of March. I'm here from representing the World Federation of Engineering Organization, which is founded in 1968 under the auspices of UNESCO. It brings together national engineering institutions and engineers from all over the globe. The committee that I have the pleasure to chair is a motivated team of engineers that work voluntarily, making the committee acknowledged as the young voices or the voices of young engineers. And we have a role to enable a system or an ecosystem of sustainable development in terms of platform and in terms of support. And we highlight on the role of young engineers worldwide to achieve the agenda of 2030 in terms of UN SDGs. And as part of the World Engineering Day, we are thrilled to announce that on the 4th of March, we will be announcing the results of the hackathon, which was an overall a global engineering competition between engineering students, focusing on challenges which are directly related to the Sustainable Development Goals.
Super. Thanks a lot for that introduction. I'll be passing on the mic to Nadia Yang. So Nadia Yang, the floor is yours. Please tell us a bit more about the amazing work you're doing as a young professional in your field.
Yes. Greetings from Oxford, first of all.
As Christopher mentioned, I'm leading the European Young Engineers at the moment, also abbreviated as I or EYE, so both can work. For those who don't know this organization, let me give you a brief introduction about that first. So we are the largest young engineering organization in Europe right now, representing 500,000 young engineers, and not only students, as Christopher implied, but also young professionals, but also high school students, etc. So a big range of different young engineers who associate themselves as young and affiliated with the engineering field. So right now we are represented in more than 20 countries with more than 30 member organizations, as we are the umbrella organization of national engineering associations. And we represent all kinds of engineering disciplines. We already exist since 1994, so more than 25 years, with the basis of building a strong engineering network in Europe. So we are organizing twice a year conferences throughout Europe. So our next one will actually be very soon from 5th to 8th of May in Lisbon. So whoever wants to join, please, like the tickets will be sold very soon. But we go to all kinds of countries. Next ones will be in Denmark, Netherlands, Estonia. So yeah, we try to really highlight our national organizations like efforts and in the engineering field. But more, other than that, we also work together with partners. Like our next challenge will be with Audi, which will be a sprint challenge about recycling of batteries in electric vehicles. So very big and grand challenges that are upcoming. We also cover all very diverse fields of different topics, as our engineers are very multidisciplinary. So we cover energy topics, water reuse, circular economy, and future of work topics. But also engineering education is a topic which is very dear to our heart. So it's my pleasure to especially talk with SPEED, but also all the other organizations that very fight for and care about how engineering education should look like in the future. What makes us quite unique is our focus nowadays also on bridging the gap between technology and policy, because we saw that young people are more engaged in the public debate, which we think is awesome. But we did feel that a lot of people with STEM affiliation are not as visible and also not as heard so much, in our opinion, especially with the expertise in technological fields when we talk about policy making, etc. And we do think for innovations to come and technologies to thrive that can help us with grand challenges like the climate change or the digitalization, we think policy frameworks are very important, but those who make the decisions are often people who do not understand technologies as well. So this is where we try to, for example, with one of our projects like Network for European Engineers in Politics, to bring together those politicians who already exist, and there are very few in Europe, unfortunately, and give them a platform for exchange, but also inspire young people to think beyond their traditional field of engineering, because some engineers might have an interest in being a policymaker or shaping the public sector, but they just don't know how. So we try to connect them with role models and also talk to the European Commission, etc. So yeah, a lot of grand challenges to come, but I'm happy to chat about it later in the conversation.
Fantastic. Thanks so very much for that introduction, Nadia. So I'll move on to Rodrigo. So Rodrigo Juarez, tell us a bit more about the work that you do, please. Yes.
Yeah, sure. So, well, first of all, FIDIC, it's the International Federation of Consulting Engineers, which was founded in 1913 and currently has its headquarters in Geneva, in Switzerland. So basically, FIDIC acts as a global representative body for national associations of consulting engineers. It represents over 1 million engineer professionals worldwide and over 40,000 firms in more than 100 countries. FIDIC is in charge of promoting and implementing the consulting engineering industry's strategic goals on behalf of the member associations, and it aims to disseminate information and resources that are of interest to its members. FIDIC, it's very well known for the publication of international standard forms of contracts for infrastructure development. But it also publishes a lot of business practice documents, quality management, risk management, sustainability management, and integrity management. Mainly, FIDIC's key role is that its member associations around the world is to improve people's quality of life through the promotion of quality, integrity, and sustainability in the infrastructure industry and projects and services it delivers on a global scale. Particularly, the committee or the advisory council that I'm working on, it's the Future Leaders, where I'm the vice chair, as you mentioned. So basically, what we do is that, we are a group of professionals under the age of 40, which are considered young. I'm younger than that, but yeah, which are usually appointed by the FIDIC board with the objective to advise the federation on a number of different activities, such as identifying opportunities and promoting the interests of future leaders, to create or develop spaces for them to contribute and develop within the wider FIDIC community and the industry. We create targeted activities for future leaders to increase their exposure and opportunities for them to engage with other external stakeholders. We advise the FIDIC board and the secretariat on different aspects in which future leaders see themselves developing within the consulting engineering industry. And we also provide a space or platform for future leaders to participate actively within FIDIC and with their peers to develop as the next generation of consulting engineers in the consulting engineering industry. So yeah, there's a lot of committees that FIDIC has. Apart from the future leaders, there's bigger committees that, for example, the sustainability committee is very active. It was recently in COP26, and it advocates for, best practices in sustainability from the infrastructure development sector. So yeah, FIDIC is very active, and there's a lot of things going on. So it's definitely great to be here.
Last but not the least on my list is Laura. Yeah, so Maria Laura, there's so much you've got on your CV, and I just can't wait to hear a lot more about what you do with the Student Platform for Engineering Education and Development. Please, the floor is yours. Tell us a bit more about your work.
Thank you. Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you to WFEO for the invitation. It's really exciting to be here with such outstanding colleagues and young engineering leaders. So for those of you who don't know SPEED is the Student Platform for Engineering Education Development, and we are a worldwide nonprofit student organization. So we are formed by students and we work for students. We function as an independent platform, which gives a space for dialogue between students, academia, civil society, and industry. And the exchange promotes cooperative work and networking and cultural and professional experiences towards a common goal, which is generating a positive effect on engineering on society and the environment, and particularly the participation of students in the decision-making process. So SPEED was born in 2006, and over the past 17 years, we've worked to establish the voice of engineering students around the globe in our 5 pillars of action, which are education, inclusion, diversity, equity, and access, mental health and well-being, peace engineering, and climate action and sustainability. Our main goal is to impress on engineering students the importance of our role in developing solutions for a sustainable world, while also facilitating knowledge and skills that they might not acquire in a regular setting as university, for them to pursue this personally and professionally. Over the past 10 years or so, we have developed workshops, design challenges, hackathons, panels, and these sorts of activities specifically aimed at tackling the environmental crisis from a holistic perspective. So we've done a lot of work on sustainability, sustainable development goals, but we have also touched often on the topic of the role of young engineers and students within the community, which is not always as relevant as we might want. With the work we do, we motivate engineers to take action towards reshaping their communities in an integral way, and the communities that surround them, where they can have an impact and thus create global impact. Since the beginning of SPEED, our flagship event is the GSF. It's called the Global Student Forum, and it's a student-led global conference that draws academicians, representatives from industry, nonprofit organizations, and students from all around the world to discuss issues on engineering education. And currently, we have a strategic alliance with the International Federation of Engineering Education Societies, IFES, and we work to develop the student activities for the World Engineering Education Forum in collaboration with other organizations in the community. It's a yearly event, it's very exciting, and really anyone could participate. And just as a final word, through our work, we really strive to empower students and provide a collective platform where they can be active agents in shaping a sustainable and healthy and inclusive future.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much for that introduction and also telling us a bit more about SPEED there. Thanks, Maria Laura.